Tesla moves forward with India plans, Rivian gets another price target boost, Chinese startups seek German lifeline, biggest EV stories of the week.
Think about this, Nicole. When Elon Musk lowers prices of every Tesla, what does he really do? He puts pressure on other legacy EV companies to try to remain profitable.
All that and more, so let's get to it. Tesla stock wanting to finish the month of July in a positive way. Middle of the trading day on Monday, Tesla stock barely in the green, but let's get a look at last week today. Tesla moves forward with India plans, Rivian gets another price target boost, Chinese startups seek German lifeline, biggest EV stories of the week. Most electric vehicle stocks advanced in the week that ended on July 28th amid broader market strength, thanks to the earnings-induced optimism and several company-specific catalysts. Tesla shares came under some volatility during the week before clawing back their losses. I suppose Tesla isn't as low as it was, but clawing back their losses, they still got a little ways to go. Here are the key events that happened in the EV space during the week. Tesla range controversy, India plans, and more. Tesla was in the eye of the storm this week after Reuters reported that the EV giant had a secret team set up in Las Vegas called a diversion team to hush complaints regarding its vehicle's actual range while on full charge. Tesla backers, including future funds Gary Black, shrugged off the report, saying EPA sets the advertised battery range for each EV based on the same process, so it would be difficult for Tesla to game. Now look, everybody drives their EV in a different fashion. My wife gets better range on her car than I did on mine, partly because your boy's got a lead foot and I'm pushing my EV to its limits. Long story short, there are several mitigating factors that may impact your range. But if you're not seeing at least the EPA estimate listed for Tesla, then it might be something that you're doing and not necessarily what's wrong with the car. Just like any other company, there's no shortage of complainers regardless of performance. My suggestion? Turn your car back in. You might not be ready. It also appears that Tesla's foray into India could be imminent. A Reuters report noted that two senior Tesla executives discussed the company's plans to enter India with officials from the country's investment promotion arm in New Delhi. The company reportedly said it would produce a low-cost EV priced at $24,000 for the Indian market and for export. Yowza! Sounds like a next-generation plant in the works in India. The Elon Musk-led company has additionally taken the lead in the Californian auto market. Tesla's new vehicle market share in California stood at 13.6% in the year to period, according to data released by the California New Car Dealers Association. This exceeded the 12% share held by Toyota. As the Californian market goes, typically goes the rest of the country. Those that think this will only be a coastal phenomenon, you will be sorely mistaken when the next-gen vehicle hits the heartland of America. Rivian, a demand creator. Ahead of the second quarter results, EV startup Rivian received a price target bump up from Needham analyst Chris Pierce. The analyst sees potential upside in margins due to higher production and deliveries, resulting in increased fixed cost absorption. New price targets suggest that the stock could have roughly 19% upside potential over the next year. Pierce said he sees Rivian as a demand creator, as the majority of its buyers are first-time pickup truck owners. I personally have never owned a pickup, but I definitely plan for the Cybertruck to be my first one. XPeng leads Chinese startups higher with Volkswagen partnership. The Chinese EV startup space saw buoyancy this week, as XPeng announced that German automaker Volkswagen would take a stake in it and collaborate on EV production. Rumors of XPeng's competitor, NIO, teaming up with Mercedes-Benz also made the rounds. The development came as Chinese companies have been facing increasing competition and lackluster domestic economic recovery in China. Ford's pushed back EV ambitions. Legacy automakers have not found much momentum in their transition to EVs. Imagine that. As reflected by Ford's quarterly results released this week, the company expects to report a loss of around $4.5 billion from its Model E EV business this year, dragged by industry-wide pricing pressure and investments in capacity. Holy f***balls! That is a staggering amount of losses to admit, and quite frankly, that number could be even higher. But unfortunately, the company also said EV adoption would be slower than expected in the near term. It pushed back the goal of producing 600,000 all-electric vehicles to 2024. I hate to tell you guys this, but the way it's looking, they're not going to make that goal either. 500,000 pure battery electric vehicles is the goal. If you're doing it right, that's when you should start seeing some progress in being profitable. And quite frankly, Jim Farley's comments does not instill confidence in the fact that they will reach that goal by 2024. Lucid teases Sapphire sports sedan. Amid struggles with production ramp-up, luxury EV maker Lucid teased its Lucid Air Sapphire super sports sedan through a tweet. The world's first luxury electric super sports sedan will be available soon. Anybody want to guess the price target of that super sports sedan? Over under $200,000. Leave your comments below.
And Kevin Hanks, co-host of Fast Market. Let's start with Ford shares. Look, I mean, the EV production goals and some of the goals pertaining to electric vehicles changing, and that puts some pressure, right, on this stock today?
Think about this, Nicole. When Elon Musk lowers prices of every Tesla, what does he really do? He puts pressure on other legacy EV companies to try to remain profitable. Well,
ding, 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 ding. Tell him what he's won, Johnny. You motherfucking right. There is no price war when you have industry leading margins. Oh, you're losing money on every battery electric vehicle that you sell? We remember what that was like about 5 years ago. Don't worry, you'll get there. In the meantime, we're going to offer this more dynamic product that you could never hope to build. Price it in a way that is more affordable for the consumer and detrimental to your bottom line. I hope there's no hard feelings.
And pretty good beat on earnings and revenue. The guidance, Nicole, was horrible. They thought they were going to lose $3 billion next quarter on EV. They're going to lose $4.5 billion. They pushing out the overall production levels from 2023 to 2024. This is turning out to be a much tougher road than everyone had realized. And the competition between Ford, GM, and Tesla doesn't look like much competition of all. Tesla is clearly the winner in terms of EV and pressing their advantage.
This is not an apples to apples comparison. Tesla is going to dominate everybody in the electric vehicle space, but that is not the mission. The mission is to dominate all terrestrial transport. That includes internal combustion engines, hybrids, or whatever the you're driving. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Tesla is not competing with any other battery electric vehicles. What they want is to steal market share of internal combustion engines quarter over quarter, year over year, and leave no doubt that the best product on the road has that Tesla emblem on it.
More pressure on these cars. Ford currently down just over 4%. At just over $13 a share. Pretty rough day for Ford, and some recalls in the F-150. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, the recall is an important point, too. I know, I was actually just reading that. Yeah. I know you had that. That was 870,000. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Honestly, I think I just get excited when we talk about Ford because the F-150 is just the coolest truck and has been a leading truck in America for the last 50 years. Then you have the F-150 Lightning. But I think the whole EV story, you know, sort of was pushed on everybody, and they liked the positives, but now they're finding out some of the negatives, how costly it is to replace batteries, trying to get that charge that you need, how, where, how long. I mean, it's just not as simple as we see in the current environment.
What she means to say is it's not as easy as Tesla makes it look. Ford is an excellent automaker, particularly in the truck space. But I liken Ford to like LeBron James. LeBron James playing basketball is Ford building F-150 pickups, right? But now you're asking LeBron James to go to the Los Angeles Chargers and catch passes from Justin Herbert. Can he do it? Probably. Is he going to be a Hall of Famer? My guess is no. But your expectations from LeBron James is very LL Cool J in nature. He should be doing it and doing it and doing it well. And when he doesn't, you're probably going to criticize and nitpick his performance. Well, aren't you supposed to be this Hall of Fame athlete? Well, this ain't my sport, bro. This is not Ford's arena. Electric vehicles, just because they got windows, doors, and wheels, that's not the same product. Ford is going to have to become proficient at making these vehicles in order to produce them profitably and in mass. In conclusion, Tesla is still being victimized from fear, uncertainty, and doubt, but despite best efforts from journalists, the stock appears to be bulletproof when facing these obscure allegations. Chinese automakers are forging a path to spread their vehicles around the world. The clock is ticking on legacy OEMs. They want to get their production right before these Chinese EV startups get to our shores. But if they continue pushing back their expectations, decisions today will haunt them in the future. Well, that's all I got for you today. Be easy. Peace.